So Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua happened, and it went exactly how I thought it would go. Let's talk about it. So Anthony Joshua just knocked out Jake Paul. Friday, he knocked out Jake Paul, stopped him, broke his jaw. And yeah, I mean, I knew he was gonna beat him. I knew he was gonna stop him. I didn't think it would take 6 rounds though. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think it would take 6 rounds, but Jake Paul said he was gonna try to move on the outside, try to stick and move, and I talked about it, and I said he was gonna try to do that, and it would be dumb for him to try to do that because AJ's bigger. He got the longer reach. Try to stick and move is probably just not the best thing to do versus a guy who's much taller than you and has the longer reach and bigger weight wise. So I didn't think he was really gonna actually try to do that, but he did actually try to do that. But it wasn't more of a stick and move. It was more of a him just running. He was in that running going. He was running his ass off. I'm gonna be honest. He didn't really engage much. He landed a couple shots. It was cool. He landed a jab. He landed the right hand. Then got countered off that right hand. So, yeah. But a lot of people were shaming Joshua for going 6 rounds with Jake. It's like, dog, when someone's running, especially when you gotta think about it, a heavyweight, no heavyweight ever has to really cut off the ring that much or chase many people because they don't really have to chase people. A lot of people at heavyweight sit in the pocket. A lot of people at heavyweight sit at range or in the pocket. Like, they're most of the time in front of you. They're not really running at all. And most heavyweights aren't as fast as Jake, especially with running like that. Like, that shit is crazy. But it is what it is. He stopped him at 6 rounds. A lot of people want to shame him. I mean, what did he have to do? He stopped him and broke his jaw. It took a little longer than expected. It don't matter, bro. He still stopped him. A lot of people talking about how Tyson Fury is gonna destroy Joshua now because he went 6 rounds with Jake. like we didn't just like Tyson Fury didn't literally almost lose to Francis Ngannou. Like, the man won by like 1 or 2 points, dog. Like, he barely won that fight. Like, we gotta be honest. We gotta be honest. Now, in that fight, that's a whole different story for a whole different video. But I just want to give a little bit of respect to Jake. Respect Jake. He went in there. He stepped in the ring with Anthony Joshua. He was running his ass off. Don't get me wrong. But he survived 6 rounds and got stopped. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive to especially for a YouTube boxer to go in there, do what he did. And well, he's not really a YouTube boxer anymore, but like a dude that came from Disney Channel, then was a YouTube boxer, and then went and got in the ring with AJ, and just lasted 6 rounds. Like, that's kind of impressive. Now the whole vibes of the whole event was pretty cool. Pretty cool event. Jake Paul's walkout with 6ix9ine was actually legendary. I can't lie. That was tough. I can't lie. But he got stopped, so it really don't matter. But yeah, I mean, it was cool. Cool little event. Now the undercard, was kind of mid. It was a couple wars, in the prelims, but after the prelims, it just got kind of, it got kind of mid. Now, Anderson Silva did get a KO. That was pretty good. He KO'd Tyron Woodley. That was pretty good. And yeah, but what's next for Anthony Joshua? Anthony Joshua, I'm hearing that he's fighting Rico Verhoeven, possibly. Now, if you don't know, Rico Verhoeven, I think it's Van Hooven or Verhoeven. I don't know how to say that man's name, but Rico Verhoeven, he's basically, a lot of people call him the GOAT to kickboxing, or the GOAT of glory kickboxing, at least. He's pretty good. Multiple time heavyweight champion. He's a legend for sure. But there's a difference between kickboxing and boxing, and Man, it's gonna get real bad. It's gonna get real bad. Is all I gotta say. It's gonna get real bad in that ring for Mr. Verhoeven. Like, he's cooked, bruh. He's cooked. I'm gonna be honest. He's very cooked. He's very cooked in that fight. But that, and then possibly a Tyson Fury fight. So, he's kind of set right now. As Joshua's kind of set right now. Now, Jake Paul. What's next for Jake? I think the next big thing for Jake is go back down to cruiserweight and fight Tommy Fury. Honestly, I think he could beat Tommy Fury now. He just got to go in there with a smarter game plan and not have trash defense and get hit as much. And I think he could beat Tommy Fury. But also, some other fights. Jorge Masvidal, Darren Till. Now, honestly, him and Darren Till is a 50-50 fight. Like, that's really a 50-50 fight. That's a tough fight for Jake. But I like to see Jake in those fights where he could possibly lose. I don't like those fights where he's like, oh, he's probably going to win this. Like, I like seeing these fights where it's 50-50 or, it was cool. This Joshua one, because we just all knew he was just going to lose. We just all knew he was going to lose. But, like, I want to see a 50-50 fight with Jake, And I think Darren Till could be that guy, I'll give him a little credit for being Darren Till, because if I think he's going to lose leading up to the fight and then he wins, I'll give him a little credit for that. Darren Till's pretty good. So, that'll be a good fight for Jake. But, other than that, I don't really know what's else. He might even, after that, he could damn near just hang up the gloves, bro. Like, he could damn near hang up the gloves and just be a promoter. He's a pretty good promoter, very good promoter for women's boxing. So, just sit back, be a promoter. Like, there's no wrong with that, He did what he did in the sport, He got in there. So, can't really not respect him, He got in there with AJ, like, you gotta respect him. It gets to a point you gotta respect him. So it was a good little fight. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Jesus loves you. Peace.